Usually people do not believe in corporates and in big organizations in general. Do you see any differences between American and European point of view?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and we are still in an age of uncertainty. Certainly, the general feeling about corporations and big organizations as well in the United States, and that includes nonprofits as well as government organizations, is a great deal of skepticism. That skepticism is born out of distrust. That distrust is the result of the many scandals that have surfaced from major corporations that operate in the United States and many major corporations. The scandals that have emerged in Europe, as well as the financial market, has also created skepticism in Europe as well. So there is probably an equal amount of skepticism and distrust in both Europe and the United States. The U.S. may be a little bit more skeptical. We're in an election year, and the economy has been a major political issue. As the economy gets better, it becomes less of a political issue. As the economy gets better, the skepticism will diminish. So a rising and robust economy will be one of the solutions to the distrust for corporations that have been behaving responsibly in this environment.
Okay, thank you. What kind of strategies can be implemented by corporate communication officers to turn their work or department into a strategic ones?
Well, and that's another very important question about the role of corporate communication in the modern multinational corporation. The world has changed dramatically. Corporations have responded to three major forces. That's globalization. The digital media have changed the way corporations operate, and corporations have changed their business model to one that focuses on intangible assets. The communication then in this environment becomes more and more strategic because the intangible assets have to be described, communicated, and presented to stakeholders, employees, stockholders, so that they understand what the value of the company is. It's not just the product and the product and brand reputation anymore. It's the intangibles about the whole organization. As corporations have moved to this model in a multinational environment, you'll find that corporate communication has become the strategic management function that it is defined as now by almost everyone who studies corporate communication globally.
Okay, thank you. Now let's talk about the trends and expectation for corporate communication in the future. And what are the top 3 challenges for corporate communication nowadays?
Well, that's another question that is complicated in an environment of diminished trust, in an environment of an uncertain economy. One of the top issues that faces corporate communicators these days is the creation of trust, that is to take away the trust deficit that exists among many of the stakeholders within corporations. That's a distrust of the corporation's products, services, business model, its role in the community. Corporate communicators can help corporations that are good citizens by reminding those who are skeptical of their performance what their companies are actually doing and their role in the community. If the company is not acting in a responsible way, nothing can help them. It's the behavior that underlies the communication. The second thing is that driven by the internet, driven by the change and the ubiquitous quality of social media and digital media, the time to communicate to the rest of the world in a corporate environment has diminished from days, weeks, maybe months to hours, minutes, and seconds, so that information about a company can be transmitted instantaneously throughout the world. So a corporation has to have a strategy to be able to react almost instantaneously to negative or inaccurate information about the company. Mark Twain, the American novelist, said that a rumor will circulate around the world before the truth gets a chance to put its boots on. So it's even more true when you think about the communication environment that we're in the digital age. And the third thing is talent. It takes a special individual who has the ability to communicate, the ability to persuade, the ability to engender trust and authenticity, as well as understand the business environment and the business issues of the companies they represent. So the three things that are important for corporate communicators to do, the challenges are to generate trust, to recognize that time is instantaneous in this environment, and to support and develop the talent of the next generation of communicators.
And the last question, what do communicators need to do to face these challenges?
One of the, I think that the advice that I give my students, both here in Italy and in the United States and other places, that you need a lot of energy, you need talent, you need resilience, you need a global mindset, you need to understand business, and you need to understand the digital environment. There are a lot of things and a lot of capabilities, and that's why the people that are attracted to corporate communication are energetic, they're forward-thinking, and they have a global mindset. And they're wonderful people to work with, and they approach the profession now as a profession rather than something that, gee, maybe I'll try to do. They see it as a strategic part of any organization, whether it's corporate, for-profit, nonprofit, governmental, or non-governmental.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.